Howdy folks, and welcome back to Drewman RC. It's been quite a while since I've done an unboxing video, so I decided I'd go ahead and do one. Today on the bench is the DYS F4 Flight Controller. Alright, so taking this thing out of the box, it comes in a fancy little package. You see on the back, it says it supports 2 to 6S. It does have a built-in 5-volt back that can handle up to 3 amps of output. It does have a built-in OSD, built-in current reading, and it does have some neat dampened mounts, or vibration reducing mounts. Taking it out, looks like it was manufactured, or whatever the stamp is, says 5 of 2017, so hey, it's only May 9th, so makes me wonder what that really means. Maybe this thing is brand spanking new. Opening it up, you got a little bit of foam padding. First up, you have your XT60 connector with enough wire that you could trim it down if you wanted to. Fairly thick gauge. I want to say that's probably 18 gauge wire. We have some mounting hardware. You've got a whole smattering of stuff. You've got some real tall standoffs that screw on top there, and then you have these more narrow little standoffs, and then you have these kind of race flight style grommets that stick on there. So you have the wider holes for mounting, so you put the 4 different grommets in the corners. Looking at the board itself, oh, and you also get a little mic, or not a mic, but a little beeper. I'm going to go ahead and zoom the camera in on the board. Alright, so this I believe is the bottom of the board. You have USB connection. You do have some pinouts if you were going to use this in a stack with one of the DYS 4-in-1 ESCs, but that kind of defeats the purpose because this thing does have a built-in power distribution board. Here's the top of the board. Let me see which way is forward on this. There's facing forward. So you've got a really handy layout for your pins here. You've got, minus, plus for your ESC. You've got ESC 1, 2, 3, and 4 when you have them placed out on the quad. You do have a signal pad and then a ground pad, so you can use the pads or the 2 wires that come off your ESCs. It makes for really, really neat builds. This flight controller. What I do is I trim those pins off because I don't need them, just to make it a little more compact and make it easier to get my battery strap underneath there. Then you have, of course, your different pinouts, and you can see on the website what the pinout for the board is. But it was super simple to get set up. I had no issues with this. I had it up and running on my quad in under an hour easily with all my soldering and trimming. So it's an excellent little board. Lastly, I will stick this on a scale just to give you a rough idea of what the thing weighs. There we go, got it zeroed out. Comes in at 9.6 grams. Now of course you throw a pigtail in there, it's 19.42, but typically you trim this down a little bit. But just the board itself, 9.63 grams, so pretty light. Compare that to using a separate power distribution board and the flight controller. It's a lot simpler, a lot cleaner. I'm going to go ahead and cut to a build that's already done with this board. Alright, so here's this real ACC frame. You see ESCs, the 4 wires coming out of it. The 2 grounds, you have your power, and then your signal wire. They just nest right up, nice and neat. On this frame I use a little zip tie on the pigtail to keep all the pressure on that instead of it yanking on the board when I crash or something. But it makes for a really clean build. I do have a capacitor tucked up in there, and it just works nicely. Super simple. I'm liking the way that this hobby's going. But if you have any questions, comments, or concerns about this flight controller, I've flown it. It flies great, easy to tune, like the PIDs out of the box, excellent. So I'm quite happy with it, and I will be adding this one to another build in the near future. But yeah, that's all for now, folks. Thanks for watching. Have a good one.